Today I wanted to introduce you guys to some books that I felt were helpful for me and my mental health. These books have, along with therapy and, all the other tactics we have to take care of our mental hygiene. I hope you guys enjoy. First book, An Unquiet Mind by Redfield, dealing with bipolar disorder and how it's affected her job. It's created insecurity for her around her ability to do her job and fear of other people looking at her. There's a quote that I really liked that she had from the book. I decided early in graduate school that I needed to do something about my moods. It quickly came down to a choice between seeing a psychiatrist or buying a horse. Since almost everyone I knew was seeing a psychiatrist, and since I had an absolute belief that I should be able to handle my own problems, I naturally bought a horse. The second one, Transitions, Making Sense of Life Changes by William Bridges and Susan Bridges. This is a doctor. He has group therapy sessions. I remember a lot of my friends were having different phases of life than me when I read this book, and I was feeling a little disconnected, like life was pulling me forward and I was really wanting just to sit still. Maybe you just had a baby, or maybe you just went through a divorce. This book has a lot of really good stories. A quote I really enjoyed from this book was, "There is no right way, for every way has its price and its rewards. The early place finders may later regret that they did not try different options before making long-term commitments. And the experimenters may wonder whether they waited too long and missed some hidden moment when settling down would have felt just right and would have worked." It helps you feel like you can manage the transitions in your life. The next book, You're Not Crazy, You're Codependent by Jeanette Elisabeth Menter. It talks about this woman's experience growing up with her alcoholic father and her codependent mother. A lot of the stories touched me. She goes over family dynamics, what child you might be in these dynamics. Maybe if you're the oldest, you were the fixer, always trying to fix things, have a perfectionist mentality. If addiction has affected your life, anyone close to you, your friends, family, then I think this book is for you. It helps you break through your codependence and allows you to set boundaries. The next book I really like, Why Has Nobody Told Me This Before by Julie Smith. She actually has an Instagram. She does very good visual representations of different mental health issues. There's one section that talks about relationships and another section that talks about overwhelm with work, burnout. It's got a toolkit of strategies based on cognitive behavioral therapy to help calm your nervous system. And a quote from this book is, "Just as thoughts are not facts, feelings are not facts either. Emotions are information. When that information is powerful, intense, and loud, as emotions can be, then we are more vulnerable to believing in them as a true reflection of what is going on. I feel it, therefore, it must be a fact. Emotional reasoning is a thought bias that leads us to use what we feel as evidence for something to be true, even when there might be plenty of evidence to suggest otherwise." My next one, Good Morning Monster by Gildiner. She is a mental health therapist. She shares 5 stories of recovery. They're all very different stories. You're probably going to find one, at least, that you relate to. This book made me tear up a few times. Just the things that people have gone through, and to see them come out on the other end after years of therapy with this woman. There's one story, it's about a girl that had a pretty close-knit relationship with her father, but when they grew up, he had kind of abandoned them on multiple occasions, and that created issues in her own life with being able to connect and maintain closeness with people. You'll probably leave feeling just inspired. Number 1 book, Tiny Beautiful Things by Cheryl Strayed. This book is not in the same vein as the others. This woman who wrote the book is a writer. She wrote another book called Wild. She used to work for a newspaper, and while she worked for the newspaper, people would send in questions, personal deep questions. She would answer them by writing in the column. A lot of the things this woman says are just so deeply comforting. Stories about people talking about, well, I've been cheated on, I don't know how to love again, or my mom died. She just gives such wise little nuggets. I recommend for anyone that feels anything. If you're going through anything, I recommend this book. All these personal, beautiful stories, the way she writes, it's like you're getting advice from your grandma. Those are my top books that I would recommend for if you're going through a hard time. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for listening. I hope you have a great February, and I will talk to you guys soon in my next video. More to come.